Hey there, and welcome to this episode of The Buzz, where I'm going to give you some tips on how to stay healthy and active. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss this. Working out is tough, but you have to exercise to keep your heart, your body, and your mind in good health. Once you get into a routine, exercising is a great way to zone out, clear your mind, and blow off some steam. So here's a simple routine that you can do in the park to get you started on your path to great fitness. And if you already have a workout routine, then maybe it'll be a good way to mix things up. The great thing about this routine is that you don't need any equipment to do it. So let's get started. Our first exercise utilizes a park bench. Stand about 3 to 4 feet behind a park bench and use the back of the bench to get into a push-up position. Keep your abs engaged and your body in a straight line from your head to your toes. Bend both of your elbows and quickly touch your right hand to your left shoulder and then your left hand to your right shoulder. Do this exercise 12 times. If you want a challenge, you can use the seat of the bench instead of the back. For the next exercise, let's do a plank. A plank is a great exercise to work out your shoulders, chest, back, and abs. With your back to a tree, get on all fours with your heels a few feet away from the tree trunk. Your forearms should be on the ground and your elbows should be right underneath your shoulders. Straighten your legs behind you and then walk your feet up the tree until your body is parallel to the ground. Hold this move for 10 seconds and then rest for 10 seconds before doing the exercise one more time. If you need to make this move a little bit easier, you can walk your feet up higher on the tree trunk so that there's less pressure on your body. Now let's go back to that park bench. Stand in front of the bench with your hands on your hips and your back straight. Step up onto the bench with your right leg and bring your left leg up and around in a semicircle, lifting it above the park bench. Then bring the left leg back around and behind you before stepping back down to the ground. Repeat this exercise 12 times for each leg. Make sure that you make slow, controlled movements so that you don't lose your balance. Keep your hips and your legs as straight as possible. Now we're going to do an exercise that kind of mimics a squat. Stand in front of the bench seat with your back to the bench. Bend your elbows to hold your hands in front of your chest. Lift your left leg straight in front of you a couple of inches off the ground and bend your right knee to sit down on the bench. Stand up and repeat 12 times for each leg. If you want a challenge, try to do this without using the bench at all, squatting as low as you can go without bringing your knee over your toe. Our next move targets your abs. Sit on the edge of the bench with your palms behind you, fingers facing forward. Lean back slightly and lift your legs off the ground, bending your knees. Keep your chest lifted and your shoulders back. Touch the ground with your left toe while keeping your right knee in position. Then do the same with your right toe. Do this exercise 10 times. If you want a more challenging move, instead of touching your toes to the ground, extend your legs at the same time before bringing them back to the start position.
That's enough exercising for today. I hope you enjoyed learning some new moves. There's a ton of information online about different workout routines that you can try to switch things up and have fun exercising. That being said, it is easy to get overwhelmed or doubt yourself. Just remember that the best workout routine is the one that you stick to. Whether that's walking every day, jogging, doing jumping jacks, or any other simple move that gets your heart pumping and your blood flowing. After the break, I'll be in the kitchen showing you a simple, healthy 3-course meal that you can make at home. Stay tuned, you're watching The Buzz on PGTV.
It's true what they say about America. Here we have the opportunity to be anything and do anything we set our minds to. Minds can achieve anything, so we make sure a college education is possible for each and every dedicated mind. We are federal student aid. We do it by making more than $150 billion available in grants, loans, and work study. Here we dedicate our minds to funding America's future, one student at a time. Federal Student Aid has more than 1,200 customer-focused minds, delivering the very best in student financial aid. And we do it with the integrity, respect, and commitment to excellence that has made us the leader we are today, all for one very important reason. So a mind like this one will have the chance to go on and do great things.
Welcome. The law of tangents is a statement about the relationship between the tangents of two angles. Hey, phone's down.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to The Buzz. I hope you're ready to get in the kitchen because after you see what I'm cooking up, you'll want to make these recipes on your own. Let's start with a simple quinoa salad with some Mediterranean flavors. For the salad, you'll need 2 cups of water, 1 cup of quinoa, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 2 lemons, 3 tomatoes, 1 cucumber, 1 bunch of green onions, and 1 bunch of parsley. I also have some feta cheese here to add as a garnish simply because I love cheese. For hardware, you're going to need a small saucepan with a lid, a large bowl to mix the salad in,
a knife, and a cutting board. The first step is to cook the quinoa. Bring the water to a boil in your small saucepan, then add the quinoa and a pinch of salt. Reduce the heat to low, cover the pot with a lid, and simmer for 15 minutes. The quinoa is done when the water is absorbed. Allow it to cool to room temperature and fluff with a fork. While the quinoa is cooking, we're going to get to work chopping our vegetables. The key to this salad is consistency. You want all of the vegetables to be around the same size so you can get a perfect bite with every spoonful. So cut up the tomatoes and cucumbers into a uniform dice. Next, slice up your green onions and give the parsley a rough chop. Now add your cooled quinoa to the bowl, toss everything to combine, and set aside for a minute. Let's juice both of those lemons. I have a little lemon squeezer that makes this easy, but if you don't have one, that's okay. Just squeeze out the lemon juice into a separate bowl and remove the seeds before adding the juice to the salad. Now measure out a 1/4 cup of olive oil and add that as well. Last, add the cheese, then some salt and pepper. Toss everything together and taste to see if you need more seasoning. And there you have it, a simple Mediterranean salad. This salad is refreshing, easy to make, and it also keeps very well. Because we have added quinoa, all of that moisture and flavor is absorbed, and the flavors get more intensified the longer it sits. It makes about 4 servings, so you can make it at the beginning of the week and then have it every day for lunch. Next up, we have a main course. This recipe is called sheet pan Italian chicken, and it's super easy to make because you're cooking your meat and potatoes in one pan. For our sheet pan chicken and potatoes, you're going to need 4 boneless chicken breasts, 1 pound of baby red potatoes, olive oil, 3 cloves of garlic, dried Italian herbs such as thyme, oregano, and basil, a 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and 4 ounces or a 1/4 pound of fresh mozzarella cheese. And for our topping, you'll need 2 cups of cherry tomatoes, olive oil, balsamic vinegar, 2 cloves of garlic, and a 1/4 cup of basil leaves. You'll also need some salt and pepper to season. Start out by preheating the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Line your baking sheet with aluminum foil for easy cleanup and give it a light spray with some non-stick cooking oil. Now let's make the topping. Have your tomatoes and combine them in a medium bowl with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, 2 cloves of minced garlic, and a 1/4 cup of sliced basil leaves. Toss together, season with salt and pepper, and set aside. Next, season your chicken with salt and pepper. Place the chicken on a single layer on one side of the baking sheet. Have the potatoes and place them on the other side of the baking sheet, also in a single layer.
Add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 cloves of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, a half teaspoon of dried oregano, a half teaspoon of dried basil, and a 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan to the potatoes. If you don't have all of those different dried herbs, you can substitute with 2 teaspoons of dried Italian seasoning. Season the potatoes with salt and pepper and toss gently to combine. Put the sheet pan in the oven and bake until the chicken is cooked through and the potatoes are golden brown and crisp. This should take about 20 to 25 minutes. Top the chicken with mozzarella during the last 10 minutes of the cooking time. When the chicken is cooked through, add your topping mixture and serve immediately. Since this recipe makes 4 servings, you can invite people over for dinner or have delicious leftovers for yourself throughout the week. Now it's time for the best part of any meal, dessert. After a meal, I like to have a light, refreshing dessert. So today, we're going to make a fruit salad. Now I know you're probably thinking, oh man, fruit salad is so boring. Well, what makes this fruit salad special is that it's served with an irresistible orange vanilla syrup. The syrup melts all of the different fruits together so that they form a cohesive dish. We're also garnishing them with a little bit of mint for freshness. For this fruit salad, you will need a half cup of sugar, a half cup of water, 1 orange, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 pints of strawberries, 1 pint of blueberries, 1 cup of halved red grapes, 1 cup of halved green grapes, and a couple of mint leaves. First, to make the simple syrup, combine the water and sugar in a small saucepan. Zest the orange into the pan and then add the juice from half of the orange. After adding your juice, make sure to add your 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Stir the contents of the pan to combine them. Bring the mixture to a boil and then turn the heat to low and simmer for about 20 minutes until the consistency is thickened. Set aside to cool and then store it in the refrigerator. Cut the tops off of your strawberries and halve them and combine them with the blueberries and grapes in a large bowl. Pour the syrup over the fruit, tossing gently to combine. Garnish it with mint leaves and serve. This fruit salad keeps well in the refrigerator and also allows the fruit to absorb more of the syrup over time. And there you have it, a dessert that's easy enough to make for yourself, but also pretty enough to make for company. Well guys, I hope that you enjoyed our healthy lifestyle episode of The Buzz. No matter how busy life gets, remember to take some time for yourself. Cooking and working out are 2 great ways to relax, increase your confidence, and use your brain to focus on your mind, body, and spirit. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time on The Buzz.